GM went out of business, or the big three, because you're set. We live in a world, money is an evil necessity. Doesn't determine how much someone loves you, doesn't determine if you're susceptible to a disease, but it's a necessary thing that unfortunately we need to, where we live, what we drive, dreams come true. Each and every one of you, I'm sure. If you have not done this, raise your hand. I bet each and every one of you have dreamt what it would have been like if you won the lottery just that once, right? Mm-hmm. And not necessarily for you. You'd buy the house, the car, but what else would you do? The people that you love, right? The daughter or the parents or the person that you said, hey, I didn't forget what you did for me, right? That's why we do it. I didn't join this to become the ultimate berry boy of the country. I do it to make millions of dollars. And I don't mean that to sound callous, but it's honest. When I was a police officer, I made $31,000 a year. When you're a policeman, you get to a call, someone's glad to see you. Believe it or not, someone's not. Right? Yeah. Everyone lies to you. And a guy told me that I could make $500 a month. And I thought, man, when you're a policeman, we tell people 7-Elevens used to keep us alive because you got free hot dogs, free Cokes, free Slurpees. If you robbed a bank, we'd get you, but if you robbed a 7-Eleven, we'd kill you. So I was like every other dad. I was 50 cents in my pocket. I was poor. I was poor. I had my credit was ruined. I had a Moss Brothers credit card, and then another company called Visa decided to give me a card, and I was irresponsible because I always thought the money would come, and it didn't. And I found myself, like most people, just living paycheck to paycheck. Met a man that made $124.7 million doing this, which I couldn't comprehend. I mean, I literally walked around with $10 in my pocket. He had private jets and boats and mansions, but he made me believe I could make $500 a month. Sorry to get tear about it because, you look at your life, you pinch yourself. I remember, geez, if I go to that meeting, I can't afford the $5, or excuse me, won't have gas money to get there. If they go out to eat after, I can't afford it. And then I made $500 a month, then I made $500 a week, then I made $500 a day, and sometimes I'd make $500 in an hour. And just the same guy, and he said something to me. He said, sorry. He said, sorry, I always think about that time back then. But he said, Rich, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So I went to work, and the rest is history, but I surrounded myself, you're like the 5 people you hang around, right? And I surrounded myself. It doesn't mean you exclude your friends, but I hung around the people that were where I wanted to be, and they had the same beliefs and values. Mark knows me. Mark's known me for 28 years. Mark knows the real story, the National Enquirer version, so keep away from him, all right? But it's funny in our world. When Rick called me, I worked with Rick in another company. I was lucky. I became the #1 money earner. The company prior to that, I was the top guy, but it was from working. And this is the fairest gig in the world. No one cares what color you are, how much money you make. If you're poor, no credit, no business savvy, we're all on the same playing field. 20 years experience, I pay the same as you. 20 years experience, I have the same territory as he does. Same entrance, I can make $5,000 a month or $500,000 a month. It's fair for everybody. Where else isn't life supposed to be that way? When Rick called me, told me about this company that was going to start, told me about what the energy drink was going to do and the weight loss. Not that I need weight loss. Thank you. And but what happened is he was telling me how great the products were, and he was telling me how wonderful the opportunity was. And no offense, but when it came to the products, that really didn't interest me. I'll tell you what did interest me. Show me the money. That was Rick. But that's truly why I got in the business, because when you walk around and your bills are paid for the first time in your life, I mean really paid, you don't owe in-laws anymore or friends or family, and you've got a wad of cash in your pocket, it does something to you. It really does. So when he showed me the money, I realized it was one of the best compensation plans in the United States of America, products that were viable and real. And it's funny because, when you're in this business, people are skeptical. I'll tell you a funny story. My girlfriend Allison's back there. I just started dating her about a month ago, and this is a true story. Her mother found out what I did for a living. You know what her mother said to her? careful, he might be going out with you because he wants you to join that business he's in. True story? Stand up for a second and say hi. I need a ride home after this.
I need a ride home.
She truly did. And anyone have occasion? No, I'm just kidding. But that's what she believed. And when you're in this business, people don't want you deep down sometimes to be better than them. You know, you think about people you know, most people you think don't deserve, and it's a terrible thing, but if you really were making $50,000 a month, would everyone really be happy for you?
No.
They'd be jealous.
Right.
And they would insult you, and they would, you know, the old song Backstabbers from the 60s, remember? But what's interesting is that there's a lot of naysayers out there. Now, sometimes a dream stealer might be someone you live with. They don't mean to be mean or critical, but they're scared. They don't understand. They see you leaving the house. They see you not coming, you know, not making anything initially. And you know, it ruins your dream. You know, it's never too late to be what you always should have been. And you know what the definition of hell is? A guy told me one time, you running into the person that you could have been. It's true. So with that said, don't let anyone take your dream away. You're surrounded by people that want to make it work with you. You got a viable, real opportunity. If you've never made $50,000 a month and you're here, a friend will tell you what you should hear, not what you want to hear. You're lucky to be here. I'm not supposed to be rich. My dad was a maintenance man. I don't have a college degree, but this business gave me a fair shake. And that's all we do. And I want you to watch this for a second. You remember, even if it's a loved one, the next time that tries to take that dream from you.
Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. Alright? You got a dream, you gotta protect it. People can't do something themselves, they want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Isn't that the truth? When I started making some money, my neighbors, I was driving a Viper, I was 31 years old, I would lounge around in a t-shirt and shorts. You know what they thought I did for a living?
Drugs.
Supermodel. Who said drug dealer? Drug dealer? No, that's what they thought. But you know what? Who cares what they think, right? That's the thing. The gentleman I'm about to bring up, he too has a dream, but a realistic dream. He's got tremendous experience in our field. He's been inside the guts and the inner workings of the biggest companies in our industry. He's honest. I think you'll find when you leave here, no hype, no garbage, no fictitious claims, no exaggerations, because you don't have to in this business if you do it correctly. There's a chance here to make $300 a month, $1,000 a month, or $500,000 a month. And it's whatever you want to grab, whatever. Sometimes you have to go out on the limb. That's where the fruit is, and it's scary. And it's the weakest part, but that's where your dreams come true. This man has a dream. He's very serious about it. The name of our company is Visi, which stands for leader. He's an epitome of that, and he understands what a leader is and what a leader really takes to be a leader, and he understands that it starts at the top. So if you do me a great honor in Tampa, stand on your feet and welcome the CEO, Kent Lewis. All right?